Hello everyone, welcome back to CDT. It is me, Ditto. I'm currently cartwheeling around the mountain in an Aston Martin Valkyrie. It's that time of the week where I give you updates on the long-term test cars. Some of them. What we've got coming up this week is we're saying hello to the new Daily Challenge cars, and I'm going to give you updates on the Season 10 cars and the Peugeot 9X8. So, without further ado, let's say hello to the new cars. The first of the five being this, the Fast and Furious Mitsubishi Eclipse. As you can see, I've rear-wheel drive swapped it. Well, you can't see that, but judging from the fact I'm able to slide it much easier now, it's pretty obvious it's not front-wheel drive anymore. Thanks to the drivetrain swapping update, because I now like this car quite a bit more than when I originally reviewed it. It still feels a bit too sluggish, so I'm going to all-wheel drive swap it for the next episode of long-term reviews that this is featuring in, long-term reviews 4. If you don't understand why it's not coming in long-term reviews 3, check the video where I announced this series. Oh yeah, it's still got the flipping problem. Might try and fix that next episode as well. Next is the Shelby Mustang GT500, and I discovered something on this car. I'm currently running the alignment I was running when I reviewed it originally, which only now do I realise makes it a little slippery. Like, I'm just going to drive it onto the grass here, and as you can see, I'm actually having to, it's twitching quite a bit, and sliding. So I have inadvertently made this car worse. Gonna have to rethink the alignment for next episode. Otherwise, it's just going to be flawed by my own idiocy, which I don't want for it. I don't want for any car, apart from the Lexus LC500. Now, we have the Bentley Mbacka. And what I've discovered is that I prefer driving this thing standard rather than tuned, because it's slower. Yep, I prefer this thing slower, because it's a car that, as I've discovered, works best as a cruiser, not a high-speed, super thing. And I really like it. I prefer it much more to when I had it in the original review. Also, that wrap looks just gorgeous. And we're going to be showing off the looks of the car in the next long-term reviews episode it features in. Long-term reviews 4. And now for the Porsche 911 RSR Turbo 2.1 thingamajig. I can't be asked to say all of the name. And this is the car I've been driving the most out of my long-term review things. And it's also the one that hasn't grown on me at all. It's a perfectly capable thing, there's no doubt about it. I just don't like it. I prefer the 911 RWB, and I'm a massive 911 RWB fan. This just doesn't cut mustard for me. Or cut mustard, I can't fucking remember the turn of phrase. Also, it's quite slippery when it's on sand, which is fun, I guess. And last but not least from the new cars, the W Motors Lykan Hypersport. I've had to cobble this together quite quickly, because what I had planned to show you, I didn't manage to finish it in time for today. So, instead I'm going to compare this car to the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, because it seems quite similar to me. Both are, quite quick, very quick in a straight line, don't corner the best, tend to roll over quite easily unless you put a suspension job on them. Very, very pretty cars, and I also really like both of them. Even if the Lykan and the LVN are pretty rubbish. Right, and now to the cars with previous installments. The Season 10 cars this is pretty much compiled of. First of which is the Fiat Track Toly. I have been just rolling it off hills, honestly. Because it entertains me. It's very funny seeing it go off a cliff, and I have no clue why. Still, that's pretty much the only form of entertainment this car's providing me right now. Now, the 911 GT3R Rennsport. I don't have much on this, chiefly because what I've been doing with it over the past couple of weeks, I can't show you or tell you about because it's an up-and-coming video. Oh god. But let's just say I've been, doing something interesting with it. I'll say no more than that, but it's coming soon. That video's coming soon. Be waiting for it because it's quite good. I was just watching this in the edit and realised it sounded like I'd already made the video. I haven't, I've only done a mock-up. So, sorry for the confusion. Now, the flying Mercedes, the Merc CLR. I have discovered... Oh, Jesus bloody Christ, where did you come from? What I have discovered is you can't lower this car much. I put extra low springs on it and then just 10mm dropped on alignment, and found that for some reason it kept catching the ground and doing funny stuff like flipping. I've actually lowered it even more than that to give it a sort of fake exposed tyres look, which I don't mind actually. I think it looks quite cool, but I know a lot of people don't like it. I don't care. And now, the Porsche 963. And I learned something about this that annoyed me this week. Because I saw Mid-CDT's video about cars with custom colours that were, you know, you couldn't get back if you changed them. And apparently this thing had a custom shade of grey on the front, which I've obviously changed. Oh, and it keeps doing that. It's very, rollover happy. So yeah, I'm just annoyed with myself about this car, and annoyed at the car. Not happy with the 963. And for the Season 10 finale, the Volkswagen IDR. Now, I sometimes give my cars nicknames. This might just be because I feel like it. And I think this one deserves one, which is why I'm calling it the Bolt. Don't you think it suits the name The Bolt? Anyway, I've noticed these headlights look like sunglasses, which makes sense because this is a very cool car. Sunglasses are for cool people. And also, I may or may not have painted it all black, this car, at one point, which didn't look the best. Moving on. The last car in long-term reviews number 2. The Peugeot 9X8. This is a car I adore. And to be honest, it just feels like it keeps getting better and better. Like, I don't think I've fallen in love with a car like this for quite a while. And I've got to remember this is the first Peugeot in CDT. I've got a few suggestions for Peugeots in CDT. Unfortunately, there's a timer for messages in the Foxy cord. Oh well, guess my 205 GTI suggestion will wait. So that was long-term reviews too. I get the feeling these long-term reviews videos may get quite long. We've already got 13 cars in this one. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go and carry on sliding this 2-ton Volvo because it's fun. If my phone responds anyway.